We previously revealed that Josh Duggar was seeking a postponement of his April 5 sentence. The court has now formally delayed it. When exactly will the former TLC star find out what happens to him? It was in the spring of 2021 that the former star of 19 Kids and Counting was arrested, in case you didn't hear. The possession and receipt of child pornography led to his arrest. His trial began in November, and by early December, he had been found guilty. He faces decades in prison plus penalties while he waits for sentencing. The Arkansas jail facility for Washington County is now housing Josh. He will be incarcerated in a federal prison upon his sentencing. Arkansas is not where you'll find these facilities. The new sentencing date for Josh Duggar is May 25. His destiny will be revealed to him in 7 weeks from now. To extend the sentencing hearing in this case by almost 30 days, Defendant Joshua James Duggar, by and through undersigned counsel, respectfully requests that this court continue the hearing, his legal team said in their application. The required sessions with Josh were disrupted by the COVID safeguards in the Washington County jails, as pointed out by the legal team. Critics and admirers of the Duggar family alike weighed in on Thursday, March 24th, when word of the scandal surfaced. Without a crystal ball, an Instagram user became viral after posting about the sentence postponement. Their opinions are as follows. It is unbelievable. But I am not surprised. Surprised yet enraged. I am really irritated by this. This is absolutely absurd. Wow, that's outrageous. I find this distressing. Many are relieved to see Josh Duggar incarcerated for the time being, but many are disappointed that his sentence has been postponed. Supporters are crossing their fingers that Josh will serve a lengthy prison term to ensure the safety of his loved ones. How much time Josh spends behind bars is something we won't know until May 25. Whatever happens, his legion of admirers are relieved he was finally apprehended and will see justice served for his heinous crimes. Is the postponement of Josh Duggar's punishment something you can get behind? The fact that this has been officially announced is mind-boggling. Put your 2 cents in the box below. The news that Josh Duggar's sentence has been postponed once again has fans and detractors alike voicing their disapproval and annoyance. The reality TV personality was found guilty of child pornography in December 2021. She had been in many TLC series, including 19 Kids and Counting On. Anger and doubt about the justice system's handling of the case have grown as a result of the several postponements of his sentence, which were initially supposed to occur months ago. When federal officials raided Josh Duggar's Arkansas auto shop in April 2021, his legal difficulties started. Subsequently, he was taken into custody and faced charges of having and receiving child pornography, which included images of toddlers among the subjects. The public was surprised by the revelations, but Duggar's image had already taken a hit due to his history of questionable conduct, including as the molestation accusations against his sisters and the extramarital relationships revealed in the Ashley Madison breach. Despite his defense team's efforts to discredit the evidence, a jury found Duggar guilty on both counts in December 2021. The charges carry a potential sentence of up to 20 years in prison. Since his conviction, Duggar has remained in custody while awaiting sentencing. However, with each delay, the sense of urgency and demand for justice has only intensified among those following the case. When the news of the latest delay hit social media, fans were quick to voice their frustration. Many had hoped that Duggar would face the consequences of his actions swiftly, especially given the serious nature of the charges. Each postponement has further fueled anger, with fans expressing concern that the delays might signal leniency for Duggar or allow him to escape his punishment altogether. One fan commented on Twitter, "How many times is Josh Duggar going to get a pass? He's already been allowed to harm so many people. Why is justice taking so long?" This sentiment was echoed by others, with many fans expressing disbelief that a case involving such disturbing charges continues to drag on. The delays have not only raised questions about the legal process, but have also reignited the emotional pain for the victims involved and their families. On platforms like Reddit and Instagram, entire threads have been dedicated to discussing the case, with some users pointing out that Duggar's privileged background might be playing a role in the delays. If this were anyone else, would we be seeing so many delays? He's a public figure with connections, and it's disgusting to see how long it's taking to put him behind bars, one Reddit user wrote, echoing the concerns of many who feel the delays reflect an unequal justice system. The official explanation for the delay centers around legal motions filed by Duggar's defense team, who have been working tirelessly to reduce his sentence. Duggar's attorneys have submitted numerous requests for retrials and sentence reductions, arguing that his prior convictions and behavior should not influence his current case. These motions have required additional hearings, pushing back the sentencing date again and again. While the court must consider these motions, many critics believe the constant delays are an example of how wealthy or well-connected defendants can prolong their legal battles. Duggar's legal team has been accused of employing delay tactics in hopes of securing a more favorable outcome for their client. Meanwhile, fans and critics alike are growing tired of the waiting game. A legal expert weighed in on the situation, explaining that while the defense's actions are not unusual, the high-profile nature of the case and its sensitive subject matter make these delays particularly hard for the public to accept. In cases like this, the stakes are incredibly high, and it's not uncommon for the defense to exhaust every possible legal avenue. However, the frustration from the public is understandable given the nature of the crimes Duggar has been convicted of. The expert said, while Josh's sentencing delay has sparked outrage among fans, the Duggar family has remained relatively quiet about the legal proceedings. His parents, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, have been under intense scrutiny since the charges were first made public, and they've largely avoided addressing the case directly in recent months. The family's initial response after Josh's conviction was measured, with a statement that acknowledged their heartbreak over the situation while maintaining their faith in God's plan. Since then, several of Josh's siblings, including Jill Dillard and Jinger Vuolo, have distanced themselves from their brother, openly condemning his actions and expressing sympathy for the victims. Both women have spoken about the importance of protecting children and accountability in light of their brother's crimes. However, some fans have criticized the broader Duggar family for what they perceive as a lack of accountability. The fact that Jim Bob and Michelle aren't saying more about this is really telling. They built their whole platform on family values, and now they're silent when it matters most, one Instagram user commented under a recent family post. Others feel that the family's previous attempts to downplay Josh's earlier scandals, including the molestation of his sisters, have contributed to the current situation. The delay in Duggar's sentencing is more than just a legal issue. It's a reflection of larger societal concerns about how cases of child exploitation are handled. For many, the postponements have been a painful reminder of the countless delays and obstacles that victims of such crimes often face in their pursuit of justice. Organizations that advocate for the protection of children and survivors of abuse have also spoken out about the case, urging the court to move forward swiftly with Duggar's sentencing. Every day that passes without resolution is a day that his victims, and victims of similar crimes, are denied the justice they deserve. One such group said in a statement following the announcement of the latest delay. Meanwhile, legal analysts suggest that while the delays are frustrating, the court is likely trying to ensure that everything is handled properly, to avoid potential appeals or further legal complications down the road. Duggar's sentencing will come, they argue, but the process must be meticulous to ensure that it sticks. As the public awaits Josh Duggar's sentencing, the pressure on the court to deliver justice continues to mount. The delays have only deepened the sense of betrayal and disappointment felt by many, not just toward Duggar, but toward a system that they feel is allowing a convicted child predator to prolong his reckoning. While Duggar's defense team continues to fight for a lighter sentence, those following the case are hopeful that the eventual sentencing will bring a sense of closure to the victims and their families. Until then, the question of why the process has taken so long and whether it will result in the justice many feel is overdue remains at the forefront of public discussion. As one fan put it, "We've been waiting long enough. It's time for Josh to face the consequences of his actions. Justice needs to be served, not delayed."